Well, it's a very good question. Maybe I will say something I think, and then if Nimrod wants to add. But the thing is that I think the world in general, the media and the public opinion has a very short memory. And the first day, the day of the attack, and the first 2 or 3 days, everyone was expressing empathy with Israel, and everyone was saying that's terrible what happened. But in the minute that Israel started to react, to defend itself, and to act against the terrorists, all that was almost forgotten, and all that remains is the criticism against Israel. And that's a problem. We see it every time there's an attack on Israel. We see it every time there's a war or a military operation. And we have to remember also that this specific attack of the 7th of October was very well prepared and very well programmed. And it wasn't only programmed on the military scale and on the military side, but it was also mediatically prepared. And our enemies prepared themselves for spreading a lot of hate speech, a lot of information against Israel. They don't have any problem lying, distorting the reality. You saw just a few weeks after the war started, there was a bomb that fell in the parking lot of a hospital, of Al-Hali hospital in Gaza. Hamas immediately spread the news that Israel attacked the hospital and that 500 people were killed there. And all the media and all the news, including here in Mexico, were saying that Israel is slaughtering patients in a hospital. And just a few minutes after that, the IDF investigated the case, and they said there was no activity of the IDF in that zone. No hospital was hit. It was a bomb that Hamas was launched against Israel, and it fell short. It fell in the parking lot of the hospital. There were some people killed, unfortunately, but it was it's much smaller number than 500. I think it was 17 or something like that. But nobody cares. The lie is already out there. The information was already out there, and everyone is already thinking that Israel has launched an attack against a hospital, and killed 500 people. So it's a whole industry of lies, and unfortunately it works. It works in many of the cases, and it's a very hard work to dismantle these lies and these distortions of truth. And it's terrible to see that, you know, this attack, this terrorist attack of the 7th of October is the most filmed attack ever. The terrorists of Hamas themselves filmed the atrocities they committed and the crimes they committed, and they filmed themselves killing people and torturing people, and they spread this via telegram. There was a few minutes after, or maybe even in live, it was all over. And even though that's the reality, and even though that information and those films were outside for everyone to see and to watch, people are saying it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And this negation of reality is something that is very difficult to understand, but it exists. It's a fact.
One more thing, of course, it's rooted in. It's very easy to blame Israel. It's very easy. There is also a lot of anti-Semitism in different scholars and figures, but I tend also not to focus on that. It's the reality. And what we try to do is, for example, this tool. It's an education tool. I really believe in education, more than I believe in superficial media outlets. I really believe in deep education. And that's what we're trying to do, again, is to bring more light in place where there is darkness. And I'll give you an example. We have very high ambitions for the world. With this tool, next year, only in America, we aim to get to 500 US campuses, where the next leaders of the world are studying. Also here, we want to come to Mexico to campuses. We want to impact the young generation and to give them tools to face these atrocities.
Thank you.
And it's really well received in the world. We already had 6,000 people experience this. And we are only in the soft launch of this project. Imagine the potential of what we can do.